Hello friends, my name is Bharti Singhare and I am Assistant Professor in Government College Todabhi. Friends, today we are going to do Thomas Gray's famous elegy written in a country churchyard. Now, this elegy is read as a part of the movement which moves from neoclassical to the Romantic age. The last 40 years of the 18th century, when Gray was doing most of his writing, is known as now the transitional period or the age of sensibility or the pre-romantic age. Now, this age sees a coexistence of different tendencies between the concepts of regularity, clarity, order, neoclassicism, and the supremacy of reason, and on the other hand, was the new romantic emphasis or feeling of emotions and the rediscovery of medieval times. We see the movement from the crowd to the individual taking place. So this was the transitional period when Gray wrote his famous elegy. Let us look into the brief history of his life and death. Well, Gray was born in London, England on December 28 in 1716. He was born to his parents Philip and Dorothy Gray and who had 12 children. But only Thomas survived infancy. His father was an exchange broker and a legal clerk, and he was also a very brutal husband and a neglected father. He was accepted into Eton College, one of the most famous and prestigious college schools in England, and at the age of 8, he was admitted there. There, he developed three very close and significant friendships with people. His first friend was Thomas Ashton. Second was author Horace Walpole, and the third significant figure was poet Richard West. In 1734, Gray went to Cambridge University, where he would eventually teach modern history. He did not take a degree at Cambridge. Instead, he went on to study law at the Inner Temple. Well, for Gray, we can say at times there is always this kind of uncertainty for Gray, whether he is that great a poet which who can be ranked alongside, you can say, Alexander Pope or Blake or other romantic poets like Wordsworth, Shelley, Keats, or Coleridge. He seems to occupy a nebulous position in English literature because he does not quite fit in anywhere. Neither does he have a large body of work. Much of the work he did, either he refused to publish it or he refused to even complete it. And his life also displays this kind of uncertainty or hesitancy that can be seen in his work too. Richard West was his life companion, and once he dies, after the death of Richard West in 1742, he goes into this elegiac mode. Though elegy written in a country churchyard is not about one specific person, even here people have found his devotion to Richard West. He has also written other poems like Ode on the Spring in 1742, Ode on the Death of Richard West, 1742, Ode on Distant Prospect of Eton College, Elegy written in a country churchyard, The Progress of Poesy, a Pindaric ode written between 1751 to 1754, The Bard, which is also a Pindaric ode. But in spite of all this work, his best known and the most loved poem in literature is the elegy written in a country churchyard. Now, you will be surprised to know that as this was the biggest success in those times, and in just 3 months, there were five versions of it. We can see, let me tell you that uh, Gray did not really believe in getting his elegy also published. But then, when people started publishing his imitated versions, or we can say the hacked versions, then he had to give in, and so he had to produce and publish his elegy. Finally, the epitaph. Eventually, he dies at the age of 55 and is buried in Stoke Povers churchyard, which also is the setting of the poem. the elegy, which we are going to read. We are going to look at it in the next video. So what we see in the poem is eventually where he was buried, and later on we see it has a particular resonance because the last three stanzas are of the elegy itself. It is supposed to be his own epitaph, so he is buried where he wrote about his own epitaph.